On Network Africa today, President Muhammadu Buhari returns to Nigeria after 49 days away in the UK. Plus, South African authorities to appear before the International Criminal Court over its failure to arrest Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir. And Japan to withdraw from the UN peacekeeping mission in South Sudan. Welcome to the program, everyone. I am Bisi Adebayo. We begin with good news here in Nigeria, as news media has been buzzing since morning over President Muhammadu Buhari's arrival in the country since he began a sick leave from the country in the UK. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, says he is well rested and has got the best treatment available to be back home to continue with the job of governance. He later thanked Nigerians for their prayers for his health and his safe return.
The helipad in the presidential villa was under surveillance as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. Security personnel cordoned off the whole area, awaiting the arrival of the president. Also present were the vice president, who led other government officials and security chiefs. The presidential chopper touches ground at about 8:40 in the morning. The president alights and heads straight to be received by the vice president and the retinue of government officials who are waited all morning to receive him. His convoy heads straight to the residence and into the First Lady's conference room for a short reception that featured welcome speeches from the representatives of the state governors, the service chiefs, the ministers, and the vice president himself.
As usual, we'll continue to remain steadfast to pray for you and for the nation. Will provide the necessary security and safety environment for the government and the people of the country.
Your arrival today has vindicated our position, our faith, and I believe that you will return safely.
I think more importantly, sir, you demonstrated a belief in our Constitution, which is possibly more important than anything else. Rules.
The president says he is recuperating very well.
I am feeling much better now.
He believes in the efficacy of prayers.
I am deeply grateful to all Nigerians, Muslims and the Christians alike, who have prayed and are continuing to pray for my good health. This is a testimony that in spite of the hardship being experienced, Nigerians support the government in its effort to tackle our country's challenges.
Even as he calls on Nigerians to trust the ability of his vice president.
I am pleased that he has to do much more this time around. Youth and intellect is squarely behind him. Age and purely military experience is behind him. I deliberately come back towards the weekend so that the vice president will continue and I will continue to rest. Thank you.
President Buhari was away to the United Kingdom for about 50 days, while there are speculations about his health conditions took different dimensions. Many Nigerians, especially those who have been praying for him, will be watching to see how his return and subsequent resumption of work will put paid to such speculations. Chukwuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
Our State House correspondent Chukwuma Onwekusi joins us now via telephone to talk more about the president's return. It's glad to have you on the program, Chukwuma. Now, Chukwuma, we've seen the report there. Of course, the president arrived and, of course, so many dignitaries were on ground to receive him. But can you tell us the mood generally as the president arrived in Abuja? Yeah, we'll get back to that conversation with Chukwuma Nnokwesi in a moment. But in the meantime, let's move to South Africa, where authorities have been summoned to appear at the International Criminal Court on April the 7th. The Zuma government had refused to arrest Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir when he attended the AU summit in 2015, citing that he was not invited by South Africa, but the African Union itself. The Sudanese leader faces an arrest warrant from the ICC for genocide and war crimes in the Sudanese war. Officials say Pretoria was asked to appear at the court for failing to comply with the cooperation request from the tribunal, contrary to the provisions of the treaty establishing the court, which came into force in 2002. Pretoria announced its intention to leave the ICC in 2015 after the tribunal criticized it for disregarding the order, but formally revoked it in compliance to the High Court's order. Meanwhile, the family of former wife of Nelson Mandela and anti-apartheid veteran Winnie Madikizela Mandela says she is fine and has only been in hospital for routine observation on her health. The octogenarian was admitted yesterday, causing many to worry about her state of health. Throughout last year, she was in and out of hospital attending to a back pain, but her family says there is nothing to worry about. Mrs. Mandela is known to have stood by her husband during his 27-year incarceration for his fight against apartheid, and she had campaigned for his release and for the rights of the black South Africans.